left off, we what the uh anyway, we were reading. Oh man.
Graham chooses a book called The Power of Nightshade.
Yeah, and I gotta read this, I know. When the world was new, when the gods were young, the Lord of the Dead found himself desiring a wife. It was lonely and dark in his underworld, and as he watched the world above through the soil, he saw Persephone, the daughter of the goddess of spring. He fell in love with her, a flowery beauty, and desired to have her for his own. He devised a plan to capture her, taking the essence of of night, and some essence of spirits of the dead maidens. He created the flower, the deadly nightshade. It was beautiful to behold, but could bewitch the mind and lead to death if taken in a high dose. To make it less deadly and even more tempting for his intended, he infused it with the powers of the elements of life, air and water, so it would not kill her. But only take her breath away. The Lord of the Dead had it planted in the world of the living, not far from his own domain. When Persephone was gathering plants, she saw the nightshade and could not resist this lovely flower, and had never seen it before. Yes, horrible reading, I know. Epic picture. She plucked the bloom and breathed in its scent. The flower stole her immortal breath, leaving her vulnerable to death. In that moment, the minions of the underworld burst forth from the ground to seize Persephone, dragging her down to the underworld. Persephone's mother, beset with grief over the loss, came to the underworld to retrieve her. Eventually, she and the Lord of the Death reached an agreement that for 6 months of each year, Persephone would be his queen, and during the 6 months, she would return to the world of the living. Now every 6 months, life returns to the world in spring and summer when Persephone is with her mother. But the nightshade flower still grows only when Persephone is with its lord, her husband. Okay. Anything else? Yes.
Graham takes the book, Folklore of the Sea, and reads through it.
Let's see. Just checking my time. Okay. It is known to many sea-going folk, fishermen, sailors, and ship captains, that the sea is alive with many intelligent creatures. Besides the mermaids and mermen, there are the sea nymphs, the daughters of ancient sea gods. The sea nymphs take the forms of beautiful young maidens, and they are very playful. Sometimes a mischievous sea nymph given wicked inclinations. Wow, I don't even know that word. Will cause the wreck of a boat on the rocks with her singing. Other sea nymphs are good and will help sailors in need. They are fond of pretty objects and shiny things, especially jewelry. That is why many sailors carry at least one piece of gold with them at all times, to give a sea nymph who may save their lives. Okay, so we may see one since we're on a boat. Is there one here? Yes.
Graham takes the book and reads through it. He
Classic.
finds an interesting story.
The Princess and the Pea, huh? Once upon a time in a kingdom far away, it's always far away, there lived a prince who was forever searching for a bride. His parents were frustrated in their attempt to find a maiden that met his expectations. No matter how many beautiful princesses he was introduced to, he found some fault in all of them. Maybe he's gay. None of these girls were true princesses. He told his father, the king, "I can only marry a woman who is a true princess in every sense of the word." Picky little bastard. One dark, cold, stormy night, a stranger knocked on the castle gates. A girl stood in the rain, drenched and ragged. "I am a princess," she told the guards. Please let me in for the night." The king took the girl into the castle. The queen decided to find out whether she really was a princess. The girl was given a warm bath, a hot meal, and fresh clothes. The queen prepared a special bed for her. She took several mattresses and laid a dry pea under one of them. Then she placed 22 mattresses on the bed frame over the pea, along with several quilts. The princess had to climb the ladder to get to the bed. The next morning, the king and queen greeted the princess to breakfast. "How did you sleep last night, my dear?" the king asked. "I don't mean to be ungrateful, but I slept very poorly last night. I was tossing and turning. I felt like I was sleeping on rocks," she answered. "What?" exclaimed the king. You had the most uncomfortable bed. You had the most comfortable bed in the castle." Jeez, poor reading. "She's a real princess," exclaimed the queen. "I put the pea under her mattresses last night. Only a real princess would have such sensitive skin to be able to feel a pea under 22 mattresses." The prince was overjoyed that he had found the real princess at last. He married her and they lived happily ever after. Alright.
Graham takes the book and reads through it.
Amazing
He
myths.
finds an interesting story.
Jeez, I swear, if I didn't do enough reading in school. A long time ago in the Holy Land, a woman and her husband were visited by an angel of light. The angel told them that they would have a son who would grow up to be a mighty warrior. Why does this all sound familiar? He also said that this boy could never cut his hair. Oh yes, that's Samson. Oh, the title was up here. No, never mind. He also said that this boy could never cut his hair, for his strength would lie there. In time, the angel's word came true. They named their son Samson, and he was stronger than any man their tribe had ever known. Samson fought against the evil pirates, the barbaric people who had invaded his homeland and sought to enslave his people. The pirates were frustrated by the daring warrior, for no one could find a way to defeat him. Finally, they discovered Samson's one weakness: women. Like every other man in the world, Samson had met a woman named Delilah, and he fell in love with her. Of course. The pirates' leaders offered Delilah silver in exchange for Samson's capture. She tricked her lover into revealing the secret of his strength. After many foolish games, Samson finally revealed to her that his strength lay in his hair. Consequently, when he fell asleep, Delilah used a pair of scissors enchanted with the powers of earth and fire to cut off his hair. Samson awoke to find himself a prisoner of the pirates. Why is this? Anyway, he was taken to one of the many towns they had ravaged, where a great celebration took place to rejoice in their enemy's capture. Chained between two pillars in an old temple they had previously raided, he prayed desperately to the angels to restore his strength one last time. His wish was granted, and with his mighty strength he pulled down the pillars. The temple's roof came crashing down on the celebrants, destroying both himself and the pirates. Well, you all know the song, guys. Delilah's on the loose, to take no sip from she juice. Osman take a sip. No. Nothing here.
None of the books in that pile catch Graham's attention.
What is this?
There is no bell on this counter, and even if there was, Ali is right here.
Alright, I know, I just thought I could take that up.
Even if it was within reach, Graham doesn't think Ali would appreciate that. This object is not responding.
No.
Even with yesterday's gloomy weather, the humidity in the aisle is so strong that Graham would not want to sit anywhere close to a fireplace.
Alright. Let's go outside. Oh, right. Oh man, guys, I know my reading is terrible. Don't, I know. You don't have to say it, I know. It's not that I can't read, it's just reading out loud. It's, uh, hate reading out loud. It just, especially when I need to do like presentations in school and, man, it's just, it sucks, guys. It really does. Alright, Graham, where do we... Let's go back on the boat.
Good day, Hassan.
Good day indeed. After that thing that looked like the start of the apocalypse last night, any day seems like a good day. Ready to sail?
Yep. Crown.
You have a pretty island here. The view is incredible.
What can any man say about the place he was born? I'm glad to live and breathe on this isle, as hard as times may be sometimes. It's less crazy than the Isle of Wonder, more civilized than the Isle of the Beasts,
Yeah, well.
more down to earth than the Isle of the Sacred Mountain,
Well.
and certainly more solid than the newly discovered Isle of Mist and any other rocks that might be hiding out there near the boundaries of the world. This little place is the best spot for anyone to live, native to the archipelago, or otherwise.
Home is always the most beautiful place, Captain.
It was even the safest spot to be during those hard times we were having shortly before King Alexander arrived. He was darned lucky to have washed up on this very isle all right.
The works of destiny, my friend. The works of destiny.
Who knows what might have happened to him otherwise? Alhazred might have found out and snuffed him out like a candle. Twisted toad. 15 years with that scheming warthog inside the castle walls. Why didn't someone realize the truth sooner?
Sometimes we have to realize what we are about to lose in order to know how precious it is to us.
True. True.
And I'm more grateful to your son than I can express in words, Graham. We all are.
Magic bag.
Since you mentioned hidden places in these lands, that makes me wonder. The Archdruid told me to look for a magic bag that was lost in the sea. Do you have any ideas where I could find this?
I may know these waters like the palm of my hand, but its depths, that's another question. It'd be like finding a needle in a haystack, if you catch my drift. Maybe if you had a better reference. I'd recommend asking Ali, the bookshop owner. That man knows about everything that goes on in these lands.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Thank you for talking with me.
Talking with you? That wasn't talking.
What?
I could go on for half an hour and still consider a conversation a chat. This was just a casual exchange of words. You come to me at night when you've got plenty of spare time to kill. I'll show you some real talking.
No thanks. Like they say, silence is golden.
Whatever you say, Graham. Back when you're ready to sail.
Alright, so we have to go back to the bookkeeper. Bookstore, bookshop, storekeeper, whatever the hell his name is. Ali. It was Ali, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Ali. I think. I'm not sure. Oh man, this is...
What would you do?
Oh jeez, but anyway guys, I'm gonna cut off here. So thanks for watching and tune into the next video. Thanks for watching everyone.